Hello everybody, this is Money Mom. Welcome back to the channel. It's Sunday. It's budgeting day. I want to talk about a topic that I don't see even spoken about on YouTube unless maybe I've missed something, but I feel it's important. I think we should talk about the dangers of under budgeting. Let's get started. Many of you are so enthusiastic and some of you are way more frugal than me. Hats off to you guys. But I think that folks out there get so enthusiastic about paying off debt and meeting financial goals, they don't even realize what they're spending in many areas of their life. And what they end up doing is they end up under budgeting. Give you an example. You guys know we have our bills that we have to pay. You may already know what those are. There's many areas of our life that we have to pay those, and those bills don't change. But then there's things that do change. For example, clothing, discretionary spending, entertainment, gas, all of that kind of stuff. Groceries, a huge one, groceries. All these budgeting channels out there, I've seen some people that have a very frugal budget, some have a more generous budget. They all live in different areas, some have different dietary needs. The one thing, and I think the biggest tip to do before even starting any kind of budget, so we don't go under budget and not allow ourselves enough money, is to see what we're actually spending. So I'm just going to give you one brief example of one thing. We'll take a family of 4 people. We're going to say that they're both working parents and that they pack their lunches, so they do that, but they spend about $1,000 a month on groceries. And the reason why they spend so much is they buy a lot of convenience foods, they make multiple trips to the store each week, and they buy a lot of single serving things just to make things convenient, easy, and quick. They don't do any kind of scratch cooking, and so they end up spending between $900 and $1,000. We'll take that family, and this family watches a blog that they say a family of 4 people and we spend $400 a month on groceries. So they say, hey, we're going to save all this money. We're going to do the cash envelope system. We're giving ourselves $400 a week on groceries. All of a sudden, the second week comes, they've already wiped through that money. They're like, what happened? Because they didn't know actually how much they're spending. My recommendation, so folks don't go under budget and get discouraged and give up on the budget, end up charging it or just scratching the whole thing altogether and just, feeling so bad about themselves. I'm always a big believer in every area of life, baby steps, baby steps, baby steps. So take this family that is just not frugal at all and they spend a lot of money. Well, instead of just cutting themselves down to $400 a month, maybe what they could do is say, we go to grocery shopping every Saturday. We're only going once a week and we're not going back for any other trips. So whatever we get on Saturday has to last us all week. If they just did that one thing, they could take that $1,000 they were spending, maybe knock it down to $700 a month. Well, let's say they do that for several months. Then all of a sudden, the husband decides, I like to cook. I'm going to actually make some meals by scratch. So he does that. Then they notice after a few months they get it down to $500 a month. You kind of get the idea. So one thing that I think is really important, there's a lot of frugal people out there, that's awesome, but not everyone's hardcore frugal. And you might get to that point sometime, but at the beginning you may want to take it slow and just do things where you're keeping track of your spending and making good choices, but not beating yourself up when you don't meet those goals of spending so little money. So I just thought this was an important topic. Have you guys ever felt you under budgeted in any area of your life at all? Where you don't allow yourself enough money for clothes, food, because you're wanting to really save or pay off debt, and then when you don't meet those goals you get frustrated? I know that that can happen sometimes. I just thought this would be a really good open discussion to ask if any of you have ever felt like you didn't budget enough for a certain area. This is Money Mom signing off, and I'd love to hear your comments below. Bye-bye.